the the topic that the resource is mainly focusing on is mental health and well-being. This specific resource targets year level 3 to 4. It is a lesson plan about giving students strategies in coping positively and how they can use the strategies and their strengths to cope with stress and adversity. The lesson plan should take about 2 lessons or 90 minutes to complete. So it is more of a longer lesson, but I believe that these skills that the students are learning are critical. So in terms of achievement stands and standards, they are looking at their personal and social capabilities. So explaining the consequences of their emotional responses, recognizing their personal strengths and challenges, and identifying what they can change or what they would like to develop, as well as understanding diversity and understanding that other people have different ways of coping and how we can respect those. Then also they can identify different conflict resolution skills and strategies in how they can negotiate positively out of their problems, as well as that it relates to the health and physical education standard. So students are able to apply strategies in working cooperatively in different groups. And similarly, it also relates to the critical and creative thinking in the way that students can select and apply a range of different problem-solving strategies and solutions to the problem. So in terms of the part A of the lesson, it's understanding that everyone is different and that we all have different fears and different emotions, and how we can understand that. So students are able to identify through this learning task that everyone has different fears, responses, and coping strategies, and students also recognize the need to respect the diversity of other children. So this specific task, students are to sit in a circle, and pretty much the educator will ask different questions like anyone who likes ice cream, for example. When they say that, everyone who likes ice cream stands up and walks around the circle and finds a new seat. So we all can mix in and see, okay, these people like this, these friends like this, and these students like this. So as a mixed range, and some differences and similarities have been highlighted of different people in the class. In terms of part B of the lesson plan, so students will learn how to investigate and learn how to respond to emotions in depth and strength, and they can describe different situations that they have had strong emotions in. So in this one, we understand and explain to the students, when have they had a situation where they have had lots of emotions and big emotions and strong emotions. So we talk about that, and we talk in terms of a thermometer. So it's 1 being calm and 10 being like absolutely angry, like in fury sort of thing. And students need to come up with different words to describe those 10 different points, and then come up with an area or situation or time where they have felt that, and share it with their group as well. So I believe this is probably the most important part of the lesson, part C, which is how students can cope with the strong emotions that they are feeling, and how they can best use their strengths to cope. So one way is to, you could say, come up with 10 different ideas as to how they can cope with it. For example, counting to 10 and clenching a fist and count to 10. So when you clench your fist, you're counting to 10 as you're releasing the tension, as well as like laying down or pressing your hands really tight, that can be really helpful as well for some students, as well as just taking a walk and understanding that different strategies will work and techniques will work for different students. So it's making sure that the students understand what their strengths are in coping as well. I guess it's also reflecting on this works well for me, this doesn't work well for me, and finding what works well and what doesn't work well for them.